Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the Green Bay Packers draft. We're going to get through every team as the offseason goes on. And today it's the Packers. First of all, Packers fans, let me know what you think of the draft down below. And before we start, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that we'd greatly appreciate as we have a ton of draft content on the way, especially film rooms. And I would love to hear any prospect suggestions on guys who I should make a video on, because I have a lot of guys that I'm wanting to make some on, but there's a lot of guys that I just haven't thought of yet, and I would love to get some more names in there and would love to keep making them. So without any further ado, let's get into the breakdown, and we'll talk about the Packers' needs first. We're using the ESPN thing, and their needs, according to ESPN, were receiver, offensive guard, I don't know why I'm reading it like that, defensive end, edge, whatever, tight end, and inside linebacker. So this is a controversial draft with their first pick, and they traded up, I believe, to get Quay Walker. No, this was their Davante Adams pick. So no, they didn't trade up. This is a weird one. I don't know. I'm not super high on it. I don't know. I love George Pickens so much. I would have taken him here. I think they should have. I think the Chiefs should have taken him, but we ended up getting Skyy Moore. It was fine. Whatever. He's good, and he's very consistent. I like Nakobe Dean a lot. I mean, Channing Tindall is my favorite of the Georgia linebackers. If you watch him play, he's so fun to watch. Just the way he runs in pursuit is just like, I don't know. It's beautiful. Watch some Channing Tindall tape if you get the chance. I'm gonna make a film room on him. I'm just making that that affirmation now. So Quay Walker, I think it was an okay pick, but I think they had bigger needs, and hopefully he'll be good. And I think he definitely has, he's a good player, but very controversial. I'm not a huge fan of it. I think there was better positions to go with. Then they got Devontae Wyatt, who is good. I think he's very good. He's a little bit old, but they're building to compete right now. And I think Quay Walker was the same kind of pick, as they're building a team to compete right now. They have Aaron Rodgers for the short foreseeable future, and they're trying to get guys who can come in and contribute. I like their defensive line, but Devontae Wyatt brings a good type to it. He's going to be a really good 3-tech, and I think he's going to be very productive for them from an early start. And then in the second round, they traded up with the Vikings again, who just couldn't help but, shooting themselves in the foot this whole draft, at least with their trades. We'll talk about their picks eventually. And they got Christian Watson. I'm a big fan of him. I liked George Pickens more. I think Skyy Moore is a tough one, but watch my film room on him if you haven't seen it. It'll be with my other Packers videos. So if you're a Packers fan, I have a whole playlist on my channel if you want to check that out. And I think he's so talented, so much potential. If anyone can develop him, it's the Packers receiving coaches, and Aaron Rodgers being your quarterback does not hurt either. Big fan of him, and I think this is a really good pick. 34 is about where I said he should go. I think late first, early second, and I thought he would go pretty much from like 30 to 36. So I'm glad I got that right. Then in the third round, they got Sean Ryan from UCLA. He played tackle. He's going to play guard, at least that to my knowledge. I think he's a good player. Not a guy that's super deep dives into, but I think he's a good player, and I think he's going to be a good rotational piece on the offensive line for now and hopefully start in the future. Then they got Romeo Doubs, another guy I really like. Good deep threat, and was Carson Strong's go-to guy at Nevada. Very good player, good value for the fourth round, for the late fourth round at that, and I like him a lot, so I'm very happy with this pick. Then they got Zach Tom from Wake Forest. Could play tackle, could play center, could play guard. He can play all five, which is not a thing a lot of guys can do. I know guys like Brett Coleman were super high on him, and I trust Brett's opinion, so I think this was a really good pick. I didn't watch much Zach Tom personally, believe it or not, but I think he could be really good, and I think this was great value in the fourth round for a guy that I think should have been day 2. And so that's a good pick. Then they got JJ Enagbare, or Kingsley Enagbare. I've heard him called both, from South Carolina. I thought this was great value. I think I had him in the second round or the third round in my Chiefs team mock draft, which is kind of stupid now, but I think this is a really good value pick for them. He's a good player. He needs to get better. He's developmental, but man, he could be special for a 5th round pick. And I think he's a great player. Then they got Tariq Carpenter from Georgia Tech, a guy I didn't do much into myself, but they said he plays safety. He is going to probably play kind of a hybrid role, and as a special teamer and a developmental linebacker, I think this is a good value here at the top of the 7th round. They had a lot of 7th round picks. Then they got Jonathan Ford from Miami, defensive tackle, who's huge, 6'5", 330. And again, not someone I'm super familiar with, as a lot of these late guys just especially in these last few videos I've done, have just been players I'm not super familiar with, but I think he's a good player from what I do know, and that's good value for a nose tackle. Then they got Rasheed Walker. This was a slam dunk late. He is a good tackle. He's not like where he is way better than a 7th round pick. I think it was a medical thing that caused him to fall. I can't remember exactly. It's been a little while since the draft, but this was great value. Zach Tom, Rasheed Walker, and Enigbare, I think were all great value picks. And what a pick there from the Packers. I think he could end up being a starter. Maybe not a great one, but he could be kind of like a Charles Leno as a late round guy who ends up being a good player in the NFL. Then with their last pick, they got Samori Toure. I am definitely butchering that, so let me know how to actually say that. Nebraska guy who is definitely developmental. They don't even have a rank for him on ESPN. Just good depth, hopefully a guy that they can develop with a good athletic frame. And that is going to wrap it up for our Packers video. I think it was a good draft. I think it was not great, certainly not great, but I think it was good. They got a lot of value down the board. Their first 2 picks I like, but I don't love. But that's going to wrap it up for today. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed. Packers fans especially, let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.